Your habits will make you end up where you end up, and then people reverse engineer an excuse about, oh, that's what I wanted anyway, when that's not the truth. And they'll use whatever they need to use, their circumstances, their children, their past, their future, their traumas. Not that none of that is true, because we all have that, but people will use that as an excuse not to succeed. I was highly abused emotionally, physically, and verbally. My mother was an alcoholic. She died at 47 of alcohol-induced congestive heart failure. And then my dad just wasn't around. And I was a foster kid from age 12 to 17. I was emancipated. I was in 29 different foster homes. I'm going to use the word limited. They were limited. I'm not saying they did the best they could. I used to think that she did the best she could. That's not true. She could have done better. My point is that she was limited, and that's what I got. My father is limited, and that's what I got. Me not having parents is a real situation for me. So I had to teach myself how to be a father, and that's really hard. So I don't know how to do that, but I know how to be the father I needed. I have everything stacked against me statistically to not succeed. So you could either use that as an excuse not to succeed or fuel to succeed. Having two boys, I'm lucky, and then there's like a little brotherhood going on, but they still live with me. They're 17 now and 19 now, and looking back on it, everything is ours, and that's the way I raised them. So this is our house, this is our degree, this is our money. Getting a degree felt like us getting a degree. Oh man, they were so proud of me. I'm remembering my graduation day. I'll tell you specifically, I got offered a job the next year after I had my master's degree. The employer didn't know I had my master's degree. They just thought I had my bachelor's, even though it was on my resume. It happens. And they're like, yeah, your pay is X, but once you get your master's, your pay will be Y. And then I'd be like, actually, I already have my master's degree. So I got $15,000 right there. I did 8.5 years in the Marine Corps. So getting out, I didn't have any degrees. I was a drill instructor as well. So that's the guys yelling at the recruits and making Marines, if you will. So I was a drill instructor there back in July of 2002. I learned a new level of intensity. And, when you're instilling in the recruits, like instant obedience to orders and being on time and looking sharp, that intensity, attention to detail carried over. But without that degree, I think you're still lacking things. I'm looking at my degrees right now. I have my bachelor's in administration, and I got that May of 2015. And then I have my master's of business administration, May of 2016. I'd like to note that that's just a year in between. And that's something I National University was just formative. It was absolutely awesome that I could get. It was within 2 years of each other. That's 1 year, but there was some months in there. From a bachelor's to a master's, I went right in it, the accelerated program, and I think that was extremely helpful. And what it's done for my financial aspects and for getting hired, I can't say enough about that. I did my bachelor's in person, and I did my master's online. I mean, I like in person because I'm an audio visual learner. So that helps in that learning. But I got to be honest, out of the two, I picked the online. I would take that it's just so you don't have to commute. You just show up and learn, and you could take notes. And I just think, for me, the commuting, like that's 2 hours I saved just by doing online. It's one discussion post at a time, right? One assignment at a time. You can't think about how am I going to get my degree. Imagine if you're getting your PhD, etc. You can't look at that. It's just this class, and then if you reverse engineer that further, it's just this assignment. And if you don't have any assignments, just today I'm going to take 30 minutes on a Sunday. Let's say you don't have any assignments to do to prep for a next class, and that can be getting your workspace in order. That could be getting your schedule in order. That could get your daycare in order. Just preparing. Like setting yourself up for success is such hyperbole, but what does that really mean today? What am I going to do today to make sure I'm successful to accomplish to get a good grade, which obviously is going to make you accomplish your degrees, to accomplish your goals. National University taught me to start having to apply, analyze, evaluate, and synthesize to create new ideas. And in my master's degree thesis, you have to create new ideas. So I think that's the most important thing that I've learned. When I was 18, all I wanted to be was a Marine. And then when I was 32, all I wanted to be was a EMT instructor. I loved my cubicle, which I never thought I would like before. Then I was in charge of the entire program, and I used to come and work with a suit and tie. And then I was like, I would never go back to this cubicle. You know what I'm saying? And now I do product marketing for a large tech company, and I work from home. I wouldn't trade any of that for it's so funny how we evolve. And so what I think education does is it keeps your options open.